Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Sorry for my lack of ability with cartels and the beat and stuff. So today we're reading from chapter 10, text number 40, and the Sanskrit and translation is on the screen. Om Gyanartimyandasya Gananjana Salakaya Jakchurun Militanyena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutaye Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Prastyatya Desatarne. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And before we begin speaking as well, I'd like to seek your blessings that I may be able to speak something worthwhile. And we'll also do some more invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, thank you. So we're first going to start with a Sanskrit recitation. So we can do a call and response if that's okay. So I'll repeat one line if you can, or you can repeat after me. Yat Chapi Sarva Bhutanam. Sorry, it's wrong. Nantosti Mana Devyanam. Vibhutinam Parantapa. Esa Dereshata Prokto Vibhutar Vistaro Maya Nantosti Mam Devyanam Vibhutinam Parantapa Esha Tadeshe Tata Prokto Vibhutar Vistaro Maya Nantosti Mama Devyanam Vibhutinam Parantapa Esha Tadeshata Prokto Vibhutar Vistaro Maya. Would anyone like to try the recitation? Yeah. Yeah. Nantosti Mama Devyanam Vibhutinam Parantapa Esha Tadeshata Prokto Vibhutar Vistaro Maya. Okay. Nantosti Mama Devyanam Vibhutinam Parantapa Esha Tadeshata Prokto Vibhutar Vistaro Maya. Nantosti Mama Devyanam Vibhutinam Parantapa Esha Tadeshata Prokto Vibhutar Vistaro Maya. Okay, so the translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Sri Prabhupada Ki. O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. And purport. As stated in the Vedic literature, although the opulences and energies of the Supreme are understood in various ways, there is no limit to such opulences. Therefore, not all the opulences and energies can be explained. Simply a few examples are being described to Arjuna to pacify his inquisitiveness. Okay, Sri Prabhupada Ki. So this chapter is chapter 10. It's called the Opulence of the Absolute. And in this chapter, Krishna is given various examples, and he's describing that that they are his opulences in terms of what we can actually perceive in the material world. So, for example, like of sages amongst the demigods, he says he is Narada, and that he's basically everything good, and he's of spiritual masters. I think he says he's a Brihaspati, who is of the demigods, and so in this way, Krishna is telling us time and time again, basically, of his supreme opulences. So we can understand that Krishna is the supreme person. He says Sarva Karana Karanam, that he's the cause of all causes, said in the Brahma Samhita. And basically, that supreme person, he's the one who has supreme opulences. So it said that there's 6 opulences: beauty, strength, fame, renunciation, wealth. I said wealth already, and knowledge. So these 6 opulences, nobody else can be complete in these. Someone may have some opulence, but nobody can claim to have full opulences. So that's why Krishna is the supreme person. It said that Anantadev, he's still right now he's speaking about Krishna's opulences, and it just doesn't end. So Krishna's opulences are unlimited and never ending, and that's in the spiritual world. It's inconceivable in the material world. In the material world, we have everything is finite and limited, but Krishna and the spiritual world, everything is unlimited and infinite. So it said that even Srimati Radharani, when she actually prepares a meal for Krishna, no 2 meals are the same, and that's the nature of the spiritual world. It's infinite in its variety. But in the material world, we're limited, and we can get bewildered. We can think that, as time and time again in the scriptures, it gives us examples that different personalities, and this is how we can all learn from actually as well, is that due to the false ego, what your Papa calls is that we get puffed up, and basically this false ego, it can give us a false conception of the self. There's a pastime with Lord Brahma, and he's a devotee of Krishna, but he decides to actually to test Krishna, just to see about who is this this cowherd boy, and he steals the calves and the cowherd boys, and then Krishna actually he bewilders Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma, or when Lord Brahma comes back, he sees that Krishna has actually manifested all these cowherd boys again, just exactly as they were. But these cowherd boys and calves are actually Krishna himself, Vishnu Tattva. So they're all the Supreme Lord. And due to this, all the gopis and residents of Vrindavan are becoming more and more attached to their own, to those sons, those cowherd boys, because ultimately that they're Krishna, and ultimately what Krishna means is the all attractive. So afterwards, when Lord Brahma he gets more humbled, and he offers prayers to Krishna. I'm not sure if it's on this occasion or another occasion, but one of the prayers that Lord Brahma he offers is that, or Krishna tells Lord Brahma as well that, and Srila Prabhupada mentions this in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that is actually, it's mentioned in the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, that when we have some opulence or some perceived power in this material world, we can simply pray like Lord Brahma that we're actually so minute, like if you look like a dust particle going through a window, and this is like our position in terms of when we look at the material planets. They're just emanating from the pores of Mahavishnu, and the scale of this is absolutely, it's like microscopic in comparison to Krishna. So just the mere scale that we're actually completely insignificant. And it's funny when we start to think how insignificant we are, how small we are, then we start to become more free, because uh, we can be weighed down by the burden of the false ego. And actually it's a I found that just to meditate um, on how actually insignificant we are, it can give us a lot more freedom, and help us to just to stay grounded. There's a story actually about, I'm not sure if you heard this one before, but it's about the Brahmana, or the Brahmin, and the cobbler. So Narada Muni one day, he was on this planet. Narada Muni, he can travel throughout the material world and the spiritual world. And Narada Muni, one day, he saw a cobbler on the path. He saw a Brahmana on the path, and the Brahmana he seemed a very good, very good Brahmana, very expert in terms of knowledge and all his different rituals. And they asked Narada Muni, where is he going, and he said that he's going to see Lord Narayan. And then further along the path, Narada Muni, he meets a cobbler, and this cobbler, he asks also to Narada Muni, where are you going? And the cobbler, and then Narada Muni says he's going to Lord Narayan. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Shri Sita Ram Laxman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gauranitai ki. So then they both ask Narada Muni, when you see Lord Narayan, please ask him, when will I be liberated? When will I find my salvation, actually? So then Narada Muni, he actually visits the Lord, and he sees that basically Lord Narayan is there, and he's all knowing as always. But Narada asks him about the cobbler and the Brahmin, and the Brahmin says, Narayan says about, first of all, actually about the cobbler, that the cobbler, he will achieve salvation. And Narada was surprised because the cobbler was they're not as learned and so on, like as the Brahmin. And then the Brahmin, Lord Narayan says that for him it will take many, many births. And then Lord Narayan says to Narada Muni, when do you ask you what was Narayan doing? Just tell them that he was treading an elephant through the eye of a needle. So Narada, he actually tells this, first of all, he tells it to the to the Brahmin. And then the Brahmin, he doesn't believe it, and he goes, sure, but he's not so convinced. And then the cobbler, immediately he's like, oh wow, wonderful. Wow, the Supreme Lord is treading an elephant to the eye of a needle. And then Narada asks, how come you're so convinced? And then the cobbler says, and the cobbler, he's just sitting on the side of the road under a tree, a banyan tree. And then the cobbler says, every day I see all these fruits falling from the tree. And within the tree are these seeds. And from these tiny, tiny seeds has sprouted this great banyan tree. And in this way, he could see that if the Lord could manifest a banyan tree from such a small, insignificant seed, then it's surely possible for the Lord to tread an elephant to the eye of a needle. So this is just trying to actually understand in terms of the Lord's opulences that from our material perspective it may seem impossible, but for the Supreme Lord nothing is impossible. So there was a story in the Mahabharata of Draupadi, and Draupadi was very harshly being disrobed, and in that actual moment, she actually surrendered with upraised arms and shouted for Govinda. And in that circumstance, Krishna supplied unlimited cloth. So Krishna can actually protect anyone. The Supreme Lord is full of opulence. And Srila Prabhupada remarks on this story and on the story of the Brahmin and the cobbler that the devotee, we should be like the cobbler, that we should, and this is what, in terms of the quality of a Vaishnav, that a Vaishnav ultimately has to develop that simplicity, that the Supreme Lord is like the mother, and we're like the child, that we should be so simple and just always take shelter, because and it's easier said than done, because the material world is very like testing, and Krishna naturally arranges tests. So Krishna wants to see where how he wants to see actually how serious we are in our devotional service. So Krishna, he doesn't ultimately, to attain salvation, we have to be free of all attachments in this material world, and for that to happen, naturally Krishna will test us. But Srila Prabhupada has mentioned spiritual life is difficult, but material life is impossible. So in material life, it's just there's no actual there's no fruits. It's just simply leads to frustration. So in the material world, this material world is described as complete and perfect. So everything that actually emanates from the Supreme Lord is complete and perfect and perfectly whole. So this material world is also complete and perfect. But this material world is it's perfectly imperfect. So this material world is actually meant to be a place of duality. It's meant to actually be a hindrance, because the more and more we try to enjoy in material life, the more and more we become frustrated. It said actually in the Bible that it's very difficult for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. So in that sense, we have to try and actually detach. And Srila Prabhupada, he actually says the same thing also. It's that basically the more we can actually be satisfied with what we have, then naturally we can actually be simple-hearted and surrender unto the Lord. So you can see that actually when Srila Prabhupada was thinking about different actually destinations with his disciples, he would spin the globe and he would point to a certain place, and in that sense the best places he would think would be some places that were not actually too spoiled by opulence, like Nairobi in Kenya, and I know he went to America as well, but the actual seekers there, they were middle-class Americans who were actually, they had opulence, but they were the ones who were actually disgruntled and fed up with materialistic life. So in this way, we can see that actually for us to actually seek, we have to actually just detach with the help of Krishna, and to become detached means we actually have to become absorbed in Krishna, and that's the process. We don't just detach. It's not possible to actually detach. It says in the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2, text 59, param drisva nivartate. So we actually have to achieve a higher taste, and if we have that higher taste, which actually comes from devotional service, then we can easily, it said from bhakti we'll have knowledge and detachment. So the process is very simple. If you've all heard of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, so if you like, we can all chant together, if that's okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the process for this day and age. In different times, places and circumstances, in the different yugas, or these are the different ages, there's different processes. And in this age of Kali Yuga, which the Kali Yuga started 5,000 years ago when Lord Sri Krishna left the planet. And in this age of Kali Yuga, it's described as the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So in this age, people are actually very much burdened by it's a very trialing age in terms of the different situations and challenges that it presents. And so in this age, it's not possible to be in the forest and meditate, completely peaceful for such a long time. Generally, we can see now, even with mobile phones and so on, that people, their attention spans are less and less, and in this age, for actually the mercy for the Lord to bestow His mercy on everyone, He has given us the process, which is very simple, of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, honoring prasadam, which is foodstuff which is sanctified, and partaking, in Krishna conscious activities in the association of the devotees. So the process is very simple and sublime, and Lord Chaitanya, he's the one who inaugurated the Sankirtan movement, which means the congregational chanting of the holy names. So this congregational chanting, it's for everyone, and it's a very beautiful, and it's a perfect something that I noticed. I was very happy when I first came to Krishna consciousness, that I was always seeking something better. I come from Ireland, and naturally every social circumstance it naturally revolves around the pub. Everything is like the center. Even if something religious afterwards, there might be a gathering, and that's just the culture there. So for me, I was never really, I didn't find it so fulfilling. But I remember there was this 24-hour kirtan in Birmingham, and that was the actual, the first kirtan that I actually had been to, and it was very wonderful because there was people of all ages, of all different backgrounds and classes and so on. So, and everyone had their place, and it was very wonderful because it's actually, as well, it's meaningful and productive, and it actually purifies the heart. So the process is very wonderful, very simple, and it just has to be utilized. I'd like to ask if there's any questions. Yeah. Okay. So we might chant one more mantra together, if that's okay. Thank you. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. So we're going to have Gaur Arti in a few minutes, and thank you very much for being so attentive, and please forgive me for anything I might have said wrong or anything in that sense. Thank you. Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, all glories to assembled devotees. Krishna. Thanks. Thanks.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathannitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Sri Visakhantam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhagavati Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Bhagavati Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur
प्रभुपाद की
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Arati Kashava Gora Chande Arati Kashava Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Arati Kashava I can play cartoon. Gora Chande Arati Kashava Janari Dadavane Jaga Manalova Jake Nida Ja Mame Gadada Bame gada da dage Nikadare darini Vasa jajradara Bazi aj goracha Ratna simmasane Bazi aj goracha Ratna simmasane Bazi Arati Korena Brahma Adi Jagyane Arati Korena Brahma Devadi Jagyane Nara Hari Hari Kori Chamadadulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gojadigaya Janga Baje Ganda Baje Baje Gada Baje Ganda Baje Janga Baje Ganda Baje Bhajagadala Madhura Sangavade Paramada Sara Sangavade Gandavade Madhur Madhur Madhura Bade Shankavaje, Gandhavaje, Madhur, Madhur, Madhuravaje. Shankavaje, Gandhavaje, Madhur, Madhur, Madhuravaje. Sangavade Gandhavade Madhur Madhur Madhuravade Madhura Madhura Madhuravade Madhura Madhura Madhuravade Jayagara Haribo, 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 Jayagara Haribo. Maho Kote Janja Jine Vadana Ujwala Gala Devana Mala Kore Jwalamala Shiva Suganarada Brahmagadada Shiva Suga Narada Brahmagadada Bhaktivedanta Gorara Sampada Bhaktivedanta Gorara Sampada Keva Jaya Jaya Gaura Jane Adodika Java Keva Jaya Jaya Gaura Jane Adodika Java Jana Vedavane Gira Rodi Java Jaga Jaga Mana Lova Gora Gira Rodi Java Jaga Jana Mana Lova Gora Gira Rodi Java Jaga Jana Mana Lova Gora Gira Rodi Java Jaga Jana Mana Lova Jaga Jana Mana Lova Jaga Jana Mana Lova Gora Gira Rodi Java Jaga Jana Mana Lova Gora Gira Rodi Java Jaga Jana Mana Lova Neta Gora Haribo 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 Neta Gora Haribo Neta Gora Haribo 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 Neta Gora Haribo Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasyacharya Shatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivedanta Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktivedanta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Not too fast. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Together. Repeat after me. Hare Krishna. Hare